Now the next concept we'll learn, that is called Introduction to Ogive Curve or CF curve. What do you mean by CF? We already learnt in median. Cumulative frequency. So these curves are called cumulative frequency curves, or also they are called ogive curves. Now there are two types of curves. Okay. The first one is called more than type frequency curve, and the second one is called less than type frequency curve. Now we'll learn how to draw both of them. Right. So with the help of a problem, we'll understand this. The question is, the following distribution gives the daily income of 50 workers of a factory, and this is the data given to us. The first row it is daily income in rupees, and the second row it is number of workers. And the daily income in rupees is given to you as 100 to 120, 120 to 140, 140 to 160 and so on. And the second row it is written number of workers like 12, 14, 8, 6, 10 and so on. Right? Convert this distribution above to less than type cumulative frequency distribution and draw its ogive, means draw the curve they are saying. First we have to convert this distribution to cumulative frequency less than type, and then we have to draw the ogive curve for it, right? We will prepare less than type cumulative frequency distribution table. Okay, the first column will be the classes that is given to us, daily income in rupees. We'll copy from there, 100 to 120, 120 to 140 and so on. The second column is the number of workers, which is the frequency given to us in the second row. We'll copy that also, one below the other. The third column will be cumulative frequency less than type. In less than type, what we do? We add all the frequencies from up to down. Okay, and while adding all the frequencies from up to down, we know one thing. The cumulative frequency and the frequency of the first class is the same. The first class frequency is 12, so the cumulative frequency is also 12. Then what we do? This 12, we add it to the next. So 12 plus 14 gives you the next one, which is equal to 26. Right? Now this 26 is added to the next one. 26 plus 8 gives you the next one, 34. This 34 is added to the next. 34 plus 6 gives you 40, and 40 plus 10 gives you 50. So this is how we find all the cumulative frequencies. And the last column is the points to be plotted for the ogive curve. Correct? So the points to be plotted for the ogive curve. How do we write the points? It is nothing but upper limit, comma the cumulative frequency. The upper limit of all the classes, comma cumulative frequency. What is the upper limit of the first class? 120, comma cumulative frequency is what? 12. So it becomes 120, comma 12. The next upper limit, the upper limit of the second class, it is 140. So 140, comma cumulative frequency, how much is that? 26. So 140, comma 26. The next upper limit, what is that? 160. And what is the cumulative frequency? 34. So 160, comma 34. The next upper limit, 180, and its cumulative frequency is 40. So 180, comma 40. And the last upper limit is 200, and its cumulative frequency is 50. So 200, comma 50. So this is how we get all the points to be plotted. Right? So the table is ready. Now we will take our graph paper. So these are the points to be plotted, we understand. Now on the graph paper, from the bottom we will leave 2 centimeters, draw the x-axis, and leaving 2 centimeters from the left, we will draw vertical y-axis. Okay. On the x-axis, we will write the classes, which is daily income in rupees. On the y-axis, we will write number of workers, which is the frequency or the cumulative frequency. Both are same. So x-axis will have daily income in rupees, that is classes, and y-axis will have number of workers. On the x-axis, if the classes are not starting from 0, leave 2 centimeters and start putting the limits. Okay, so leave 2 centimeters and start putting the limits. The limits were 120 to 140 and so on. So from that 0, leave 2 centimeters and then start putting the limits. So we have put all the limits. Now the first difference, can you see what is the difference? First difference, 120 and 0, the difference is 120. The second difference is 20. Okay, the difference between the origin and the lower limit of the first class is not same as the width of the classes, hence we put the crink mark. This mark that came, a zigzag mark, this mark is called a crink mark. Is it clear? Now looking at the biggest number on the y-axis, we will put the scale on the y-axis. Okay, the biggest number, the biggest cumulative frequency we have here is 50. So what scale we will take? We have got around 20 centimeters along with us on the y-axis. So we are taking the scale, 1 centimeter is equal to 5 workers on the y-axis. So on the y-axis we are going to progress in this way: 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 and 50. So this is the way we progress on the y-axis, right? So the scale, what is the scale on the x-axis? If you see the x-axis, take any two numbers, okay? For example, if you take 160 and 180, how much gap we left between 160 and 180? 2 centimeters gap. And what is the difference between 160 and 180? The difference between 160 and 180 is 20 units. 2 centimeter is 20 units. If 2 centimeter is 20 units, that means 1 centimeter becomes 10 units. So what is the scale on the x-axis? 1 centimeter is rupees 10, because it is daily income in rupees, so rupees 10. And y-axis, what scale we took? 1 centimeter is equal to 5 workers. So y-axis scale is also written there, right? Now let us start plotting the points. The first point, it is 120, 12. 120 is the x coordinate and 12 is the y coordinate, okay? So we plot these points one after the other and write its coordinates. So 120, 12 comes there. 12 will be just above 10. The next is 140, 26. 26 will be just above 25. The next is 160, 34. 34 will be just below 35. Okay, 180, 40. And the last is 200, 50. So once we have plotted all the points and written the coordinates, we will join all these points with freehand smooth curve. Okay, so joining all the points with smooth curve, our ogive curve is ready.